what people are looking for is reassurance that the same thing isn't going to happen again, and that we have a preparedness. And it's not about sticking your nose into somebody else, other country's business or whatever, but we have a preparedness here that isn't going to allow that to happen again. So, I mean, that, you know, in brief, that is my question to you.
And I think there's two big sources of preparedness. The first one is, and I touched on it in the answer that I gave to you about a strengthened European architecture. Of course, we have the European Stability Mechanism that has €500 billion in it. €500 billion. This didn't exist when we were going through our darkest nights, and then it was created during these crises. So we have a €500 billion fund, and we have a single supervisory mechanism that has actually played a role recently in relation to difficulties within Italian banks. None of that was there the last time we went through all of this. Those two factors are going to be a big part of how the Irish economy and the European economy might respond to difficulties that could develop elsewhere. In terms of our preparedness, we are better positioned than we have been in the past. A number of years ago, I would have been in front of this committee when our deficit was nearly 10%. Our deficit this year is 0.2%. Okay. That vast journey is a key part of how we prepare ourselves. And I think it is important to note that the change in bond yields for Italy that occurred over the last fortnight, and in particular we saw a very significant surge in a single day. That didn't happen to Ireland. And that's an indicator of where we are. But as I said, Senator, you can never take any of this for granted. No. So I can say to you, I believe we are well placed, but we will always have to work to maintain that.
Yeah, I suppose people are mindful of, you know, being told over and over again about the soft landing and all of that was going to happen the last time, so you'll forgive me for putting the question. I think people do need continuous reassurance that the same thing isn't going to happen again.